Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. Ones, empaths. I've spoken to victims of narcissistic abuse and they can all attest for this, right? The narcissist involved in their life, they could have possibly been discarded, right? By the narcissist involved in their life, they could have been reverse discarded. They could have even been the one that got, it got too much to bear and they actually done the cutting off. But you see, all remains the same. When you leave the narcissist alone, when you leave them alone, and this is what I need for you, please, I need it to be instilled in you, right? I need you to leave them alone. You have to leave them alone to their own devices. They become weirdos, right? There's a reason I call them dusty weirdos, proper weirdos, right? They're deranged. They do deranged things, crazy things, right? And this is why I see it so frequently. The narcissist doesn't care about us. The narcissist has moved on to a new supply. Like, I see comments saying, the narcissist, I saw one today actually, in fact. The narcissist has moved on to a new supply. I haven't responded yet, so I do apologize if you do watch this video. The narcissist, I can't remember exactly, but the narcissist has moved on with the new supply, etc. But the narcissist is still contacting the individual on their phone, right? You can't have a narcissist contacting you on your phone. With genuine people, you can amicably say, oh, I'm going to go east, you go west. You can amicably do that, right? It'll be civil, it'll be done. They don't even have to be empaths. They can just be genuine people. You can do that. But with narcissists that are involved in your life, you need to go beyond all measures, right? You need to change your number. I've heard of victims of narcissistic abuse having to move house, right? This is what happens, right? They turn into stalkers, cyber stalkers. They're weirdos, right? So a lot of you don't see, I should paraphrase that again. It's not a lot of you. There's just a percentage in the comment section that are hurt. It's not your fault. You're hurt. You've been betrayed. They broke your trust. They disrespected you. They devalued you. It's not your fault that you feel this way. You've got to understand that all the victims of narcissistic abuse have been in that place at one point in time when they was in the fog. They didn't know left from right. They didn't know up from down. They were completely in the fog, right? Victims of narcissistic abuse have all been there. And the victims that have actually progressed and ascended and rose above this, it's not that they're better than you. It's not that they're better than you or anything like that. It's just they're starting to see beneath the veil now of the deception that entails with the narcissist or is encrypted in the narcissist, right? They're seeing through that now, right? So you need to leave them alone and you will see their reaction. Do not message them. Do not communicate with them. Go silent on them, right? I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. You only have to read in the comment section victims of narcissistic abuse saying they got hoovers after 10 years. It wasn't like that victim was waiting for that hoover for 10 years. They wasn't waiting for it. They probably went on, got on with their life, possibly met someone else, This doesn't just have to be romantic relationships. I just want to clarify that. But for example, if it was a romantic relationship, they might have met a new partner or a new romantic partner. Or if it was friendships, they might have got involved with some new friends. Or if it was colleagues or associates, they might have moved job and met some new colleagues and associates, right? Whatever it was, right? They actually went and progressed with their life, right? I'm not saying that you're not progressing. I'm saying that the narcissist that was involved in your life's influence on you is keeping you bound, is keeping you stuck. When they truly know, when they truly know that you want nothing more to do with them, you'll see them come. You will. You've got to mean it in your heart, soul, spirit, mind, everything. You've got to sincerely mean when you say you want nothing more to do with them, right? And their immediate reaction won't be coming towards you. it's actually going to be going in the opposite direction, most likely. Not always, not always, not always. But a lot of the times it will be going in the opposite direction because they're thinking in their heads that you're still watching them. And that's another thing that victims of narcissistic abuse suffer from, is spying on the social media of the narcissist that was involved in their life. And that is opening a can of worms. That is really opening a can of worms. If you're looking on their social media and you're not seeing beneath the veil, right, already. If you're looking beneath the veil, right, you're already looking beneath the veil. You've already healed a bit. You've already ascended. You've already grown. You've got discernment, right? That's the best way to put it. You'll be able to look at those images or whatever they're posting on their social media, and you'll be able to see it's total BS. You'll be able to see that they've perfectly orchestrated their whole social media in spite of you. You'll be able to see that, like, I don't know the best way to put this. It will be gleaming. That's all you'll see. That's all you'll see. You'll see that it's a doctored social media account that's been perfectly orchestrated to anger you and to try and make your skin crawl. And you'll see them as pathetic. But if you're not looking beneath the veil already, and you start looking on their social media, you're going to see things that hurt you, right? You won't even be able to see that they've downgraded. You're just going to be in your feelings and see them with someone else. And you're going to be thinking, oh no, they're with someone else. They're living their best life. Sunshine and rainbows, peaches and cream. That's what's going to be going on in your mind. You need to make sure you're healed enough, right? And the thing is even if you are hurt momentarily when you see them with someone else, even if it's a small fraction of you, that needs to be your position of retreat, so to speak, right? Like I said, the narcissist reaction when you leave them alone, that needs to be the part where you back away. That's a big sign from God, from the universe, from your higher self, from whatever your belief system is. That's a big, huge sign from your angels, whatever you believe in, right? That's a big, huge sign that that's a no-go zone. You know, that's a no-go zone, right? The parasite that they're with in that photo knew about you, right? A lot of the times in romantic relationships with narcissists involved in your life, the new supplier actually knew who you were, knows personal details about you. They actually know personal details about you, right? They do. And this is why they're trash. This is why they're trashy. This is why they're scumbags, dusty weirdos as well. Because majority of empaths, a large majority of empaths, unless they're tricked and deceived by the narcissist involved in their life to make them think that they're no longer in a relationship or something, that's the only way that a chosen one or an empath is going to become affiliated with a narcissist, even though they maybe had another family, or they had another partner, or they had something else going on in their life. That's the only way it's going to happen, because empaths are too pure, they're too authentic, and they wouldn't want to they wouldn't want to step on people's toes, right? It's the last thing they're going to want to do. So I'm not judging any of you that have done that. You've probably been tricked and you've probably been deceived into thinking the narcissist was single, or to thinking the narcissist didn't have another person or something like that, and they were triangulating you and doing all these tactics, things like that, right? But just please leave them alone for a long period of time, for however long it takes, it doesn't matter, right? Don't look for the hoover will come. It's going to come at some point in time, right? Especially when you're getting on with your life, especially when you find your purpose, especially when you find your meaning, especially when you find someone new. They're watching you. They're watching everything you do. They are. Years after, they watch everything you do. They do this. I've spoken to many victims of narcissistic abuse, and it's very apparent that the narcissists involved in their life do weirdo things, right? Weirdo things. Stalking them, driving past their house. You know, the amount of times I've heard that a narcissist is stalking, driving around the vicinity of the victim of abuse, you know, it's countless times, right? And this sends shivers up the victim of narcissistic abuse spine. This sends shivers up their spine, because they're actually at a place that they don't want nothing to do with the narcissist that was once involved in their life. They don't want nothing to do with them, which is making the narcissist that was involved in their life act crazy, do deranged things, do bizarre things, start stalking, cyber stalking, all of this stuff, right? Fake profiles. Please, people, these accounts that you're accepting on your social media platforms, friend requests, Instagram followers. I'm not that well versed on social media, but you've got to realize that some of them are the narcissist, right? You might say, oh, they're blocked. They make other accounts to watch you. They watch you and they get satisfied of it. They are weirdos. They are completely deranged, right? The reason why they're even going into that kind of pattern of behavior, watching you, they were doing this anyway. Do you remember the days, the way they used to look at you when you were together? Do you remember the days? Think back in retrospect. The way they used to look at you. They used to scan you. They were studying you like a PhD. The days that you were together, that's why they thought they knew you so well. That's why they thought they knew you so well. That's why they thought they can push you away to get more. Oh, they thought in their heads, I can push this empath away and they're going to come running towards me. That's what the narcissist involved in your life thought. That's what they thought. They can push you away. They can discard you. They can ghost you. They can give you silent treatment. And it's going to make you come back stronger. You know? That's what they believe in. And maybe momentarily you got caught in the bind of that. And you did go rushing towards them. And you did try and fix things. But they studied you like a PhD previously. They knew you were a savior empath. They knew you like to fix problems. So they present a problem that's unfixable. Nothing you could have said, done, or anything would have fixed the relationship between you and the narcissist involved in your life, because they had an agenda, they had a motive, and their motive was to hurt you. What you've got to really understand is the conversion of supply. This conversion of supply, you know, the positive supply that you used to give them, it meant more to the narcissist that was involved in your life to convert you to a negative source of supply and put you on the shelf. They wanted to punish you. Perhaps narcissistic injuries. Perhaps you were too hard to control. There's a variety of reasons. But it was more important for them at that specific time period to convert you to a negative source of supply. But once they convert you to a negative source of supply, it's very hard for them to build the bridge back across to you, right? To actually convert you back to a positive supply again, unless you willingly let them do so, right? Unless you're like open arms, revolving door, so to speak. Not criticizing any of you that have let them back in time after time after time after time. I'm really not criticizing you, because they are manipulators and they try anything to do that. But you've got to know that they go with a pity approach or a pathetic approach to actually trying. They'll do anything. They'll say things like they're going to take their own life. They'll say things like, they'll make up any old bizarre story, you know. They'll make you feel sorry for them. They'll do anything because they know that they've converted you to a negative source of supply. They know you're starting to implicate boundaries. You're starting to heal yourself. And they think, oh no, they need to rush back in and try and knock you back a couple of steps or two, you know. That's what they want to do. So you've got to see that all of this behavior from the narcissist involved in your life, spying, they are spying on you. They are watching what you do. They're weirdos. They're dusty weirdos, right? Any attempt at all these attempts that they try to do, like I've heard from victims of narcissistic abuse when I've run sessions, that the narcissist involved in their life threatened to take their own life, you know. Now look, I need to touch on this because suicide is no joke, right? So the best thing you can do in a situation like that, if a narcissist involved in your life is threatening their own life, I'm not telling you to ignore it. Please don't ignore it, because they may sincerely go through with it, right? They may be that confused, disorientated, and even though they're narcissists, you know, you still don't want them to do something like that. Just contact the local authorities, the healthcare service, something like that, to assist them. That's the best thing you can do. don't be the one that offers supply and tries to repair the situation. You can repair the situation by getting them the appropriate help, right? And then they can deal with the experts that can assess the situation, right? If they've threatened their own life. Because even victims of narcissistic abuse have suicidal thoughts and suicidal ideations after being involved with narcissists in their life. So even if you are on the flip side of this and it's not the narcissist that was involved in your life that is threatening their own life, please don't do anything. Seek help, seek help. It's a really touchy subject for me to touch on right now, but I've heard it quite frequently in sessions that I've held with victims of narcissistic abuse, that this does actually happen. I've also seen in the comment section victims of narcissistic abuse that have said things like they walked away from an edge of a cliff, things of that nature. Like, please don't let these people push you down to that position. You deserve so much more. You will find so much more, right? All you've got to do, right, is leave them alone. For however long it takes, leave them alone. Just leave them alone. Do not call them. Do not contact them. Do not communicate with them. If you have children with them, grey rock them to the best of your ability. If your children are around, then necessarily you don't need to grey rock as such. But if they're trying to talk to you about a relationship that involves you and them, you can grey rock them. Keep it about the child or the children solely. That's just as powerful as no contact. Look into parallel parenting, where you get them to communicate through an app so it's monitored, things of that nature. You can do that as well. But ultimately, just leave them alone to their own devices. Let them go. Let them go is so powerful. Letting someone go from your heart, mind, and soul. Release them. Release them. Let them go with their dusty new supply, their trash can. Don't be upset because someone comes to take your trash away. Let them go. They're trashy. They're nothing. They're dusty weirdos. That's what they are, right? That's what they are. Do not be jealous of them, please. Try to get rid of any feelings of jealousy that you have in you, right? Any feelings of jealousy. Don't be jealous. Don't be envious. Don't wish that you could be with the narcissist that was involved in your life because they were the new supply. They want you to be thinking like that, right? You need to back away now. It's time to back away. It's time to let them go. It's time to focus on your life. Focus on your healing. Prioritize your needs. Prioritize your own life. You will find something better. Raise the bar, right? That's why the healing journey is so powerful, because you could go on a healing journey for years. You can go on a solitary journey for years. And if you know in your heart of hearts that you're aiming to raise the bar, when you see that someone presents themselves and that bar's raised, you'll know it's a blessing. You'll know something's come your way. So, if you'd like to know more about you'll get over the narcissist, but the narcissist will never ever get over you, please click this video here. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.